Well, I'm here with Ben from Goatwhore. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
So, it's been a long time since you've been to Manchester, not since the Free and Still Blood tour. What's it like being back in Manchester, besides all the chaos that's been happening so far?
It's pretty good. I mean, a little rain today and everything, but a little lateness that we were here. But overall, it should be a pretty fucking good show, man. Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Manchester, I've seen there's a lot of buzz about it, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fans here coming down to see you, of course. I mean, Goatwhore is a well-established band. You guys have been doing fantastic for your career, and with the new album out, it's been just increasing the legacy of what this band stands for. Since its release, how do you think it's actually been received by the fans?
You know, it's got a lot of good feedback from it overall. Everything from, you know, like its first week sales to the feedback from people in the live setting, and even just people that, you know, have purchased a record or obtained the record in some sort of way. So overall, everything's been really good with it as far as the feedback all around from it. You know, even from magazines reviewing it and stuff like that. I mean, when we go in to write a record, we're not trying to like please everyone. You know, we're trying to please ourselves first. You know, we're trying to write stuff that we really like and that we're going to enjoy playing in a live setting. So whatever happened after that is pretty much bonus, whether it does good or if it doesn't, I guess, in some kind of sense. But I guess the overall picture is, you know, we want to be happy first. So when we go into a setting when we're playing it live, we're really comfortable and happy with what we're doing in a live setting.
So basically you're writing music that maybe you would have wanted to listen to when you were growing up, creating music that's...
Kind of like that. We're kind of like reinventing stuff or restructuring stuff, you know, to our taste on things that, you know, have influenced us and things that we grew up with. So.
Well, I know the last time we spoke, you said that one of the things you do while recording is you like listen to a bit of Queen, don't you? Like.
Yeah, I mean, I like Freddie Mercury's style, his eclectic style. I can never sing like him for sure, but I definitely like his ability to, the way he arranges things and the way he did things with Queen. And Queen in general, the way they did things was pretty unique and very versatile. But, you know, within Goatwhore, I'd like to do that in a metal concept. You know, have the versatility going through, like from thrash metal to death metal to black metal, things like that, kind of mixing it and doing it just right, you know. And Sammy really has a lot of great riffs that he brings to the table. And then once he does that, you know, Zach puts great parts, drum parts to it. James puts fucking really great bass parts to it. And then, you know, everything just kind of falls into place. And we construct songs that we tear apart. We get to a point where it just didn't feel right at the end of it and everything, so we tear it apart and we use pieces of it to create other songs.
So since the release of the album, what have you guys been up to recently? I mean, tour-wise, and
just a lot of fucking tour.
And have there been
we did the Summer Slaughter thing, and then from that we had done some shows with Sam Hain, like 2 shows on the West Coast, 3 shows on the East Coast, and we did like headlining dates around each end of it.
I've been following that, actually. I saw a picture of you and Glenn just tied together, just having a good time.
Yeah. So we had we did those shows, and we pretty much, when we finished up the East Coast ones, it was pretty much like a day and a half, and then we flew out to come do Europe. So it's been pretty non-stop through the summer until now.
That's pretty badass. So the album was actually produced by Mr. Eric Rutan of Hate Eternal, and of course previously of Morbid Angel.
Yeah.
How many albums has it been now that Eric has worked with you guys
It's
on?
4.
That's
4. Starting with the Haunting Curse, and we just stuck with him for each one.
So since working with Eric, how do you think the chemistry has worked there? I mean, between you and Mr. Rutan, in fact.
Well, I think, you know, we've just created a really good bond with each other. You know, he's a really good friend. I mean, he was a really good friend of mine even before going in to record with him. And then as we went in, I think it's like a comfortable environment. I mean, he definitely doesn't let you slack. So even though it is a comfortable environment, he makes sure you do your best performance you can when you're in there. But overall, it's just like we all know each other really well, and we all can talk to each other, like even in a way to be like, hey, I don't really like this. We need to try something else. We need to try something different. And he's willing to do that because he's also willing to, you know, learn newer things along the way as being an engineer and approaching things in different aspects. So he has so many different angles to approach things in the future. So we always do things like that and kind of switch things around and confront different ideas and concepts within recording and doing stuff. And that's why too we did it on 2-inch analog tape this time too, because he had the machine. He had the machine, and we really wanted to do it, and so we just kind of forced the whole thing.
It's pretty badass. So, as a band for Goatwhore, how do you think your journey has actually taken since the beginning of the band?
It's been unique in so many different ways. I mean, we're definitely a different band than a lot of New Orleans bands. You know,
Of
definitely,
course.
you know, from Crowbar and I Hate God
And
and
Down.
Down. You know, we're definitely like a different kind of aspect of what we do metal-wise.
Of course.
We're still part of that scene, but we're just a little different per se because our, no, I wouldn't say our taste, because those guys listen to a lot of, you know, a lot of those guys are older than we are, and they grew up on a lot of the same stuff too, like the Venom, Celtic Frost, but they just had a different concept involved in what they wanted to do, and we just kind of took a different route with it, but still have that blood and that how do I put it, man? It's just something in the scene there, and you kind of have it ingrained in you as you grow up there, and you play in bands and stuff. So it's pretty much there. So there's an element in there. It's just that we're just a little bit different than the rest of the clan.
So would you say there have been more bands like yourself in New Orleans that have actually been taking the same element from the black, the thrash, and the death besides?
Well, yeah, there's a lot more bands that are doing it too now. You know, like Abysmal Lord, Demonic Destruction. There's a whole bunch of bands that are doing it. They're kind of bringing that thrash metal, death metal kind of element and everything into perspective.
So before doing a show, what would you say is the one necessary thing you do before going on stage?
Chew gum.
Very first, folks. No, but do you have like a routine that you do if you're feeling nervous?
Yeah, chew gum.
There you go. If you're feeling nervous,
I'm
folks,
not being silly about it. It's true. I carry a pack of Big Red with me, and I chew a stick of
Big
gum
Red.
before I play every night. It was just something. I don't know if it helps my throat out or anything like that, but it definitely. I guess it's a superstitious kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like with smoking. When you actually chew gum, it helps to actually maintain the cravings.
Yeah, so it's it's something like that. It just kind of it's a superstitious little thing that I do. That if other people are interested in trying it, go ahead. Whatever. But it's just something I got kind of into a trick for, and then started doing.
Oh, there you go. So, do you have any fond memories from Manchester the last time you were here?
Not full. There's some of those days get so smashed up together, and everything moves so fast, man. I mean, the show was really good. I remember all the UK shows were really good for us. We have a lot of work that we need to do. I think that we need to do here, but also in mainland Europe, and this tour is really helping that out. This tour's been really, really good as far as the amount of people coming out, because Dying Fetus has such a good draw over here. And so we're getting in front of a lot of new faces, new ears, So it's really helping out, and it's opening things up, and I hope it opens it up more so we can start doing some like festivals out here.
Yeah, I mean, like Bloodstock would be pretty badass for you guys.
Yeah, Bloodstock, anything. I know we're coming back in late May to do Temples Festival.
Oh yeah, with Triptychon and Valenfire and Converge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sold out now,
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's
awesome.
It's sold out pretty fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, to finish up, do you have any final words, any words for the fans watching at home?
This is the question that's the greatest of all. Of course. Just, I don't know. It just, if you've never heard of us, and, there's so many different means to hear bands now. My main thing is I want people that, like, are into what we do to, know the music. Come to the show and know the music. Whether you have to go online and listen to it via some kind of streaming thing or anything. Trust me, I'm not one of these ones that preaches about Spotify and downloading stuff. I just don't. There's so much stuff coming out. Kids only have so much money. Not even kids, adults only have so much money to even buy all this stuff with everything coming out. So I just want people to be familiar, and then if you're really into it, then come to the show and support the show. Maybe buy the CD or buy a shirt or whatever, or in general, and just come and have a good time. That's my main goal for all of this.
Well, thank you, Ben, for your time. It's been a real pleasure.
No problem. Thank you.